My mate's Bmw 440I was T-boned by a Kia and the insurance company wrote it off. For such a small car, it done some serious damage. Caved in the quarter panel and completely destroyed the door. But instead of scrapping it, we bought it back and started fixing it ourselves. So far, we've pulled the dent out, replaced the door and started modifying it to make it even better than before. And we're not stopping there. So today, we're going to strip this interior out, get a new one in.
Let's go!
Now, there's nothing actually wrong with the interior, but Phil doesn't like it. The cream's an absolute nightmare to keep clean. It doesn't really suit the car and it feels a bit dated. So it's time to strip it out, bin it and swap in a full black interior, which should completely transform the car. Well, that's the plan anyway. Front seats first, there's 4 bolts holding them in. 2 at the front and 2 at the rear. We started by undoing the front ones, slid the seat forward, popped the plastic trim out to reveal the bolts and undo those as well. Phil lifted the seat up to get to the wiring while I cracked on with the other side. Nice and straightforward, or so we thought. I'm just going to tell you one quick little thing, guys. It's always the way. When you don't necessarily know what you're doing, you just make it up as you go along like we do. We started taking the sub wires out because it looked like they went into the seat, but it turns out now...
What have you discovered, sir? The wires don't go under the carpet, they plug into the seat.
At the end of the day, it's an easy mistake, we all do it. And so we're going to rectify our mess here, get the seats out and carry on. So we unplugged the electrics in the right place, lifted out the seats and somehow became about £4 richer. Not a bad result. Then it was onto the rear bench. A quick wiggle and it's free. Headrests out, side bolsters out, top panel off, seat belts out and finally the backrest. With everything stripped out, it was time to start putting it all back together, starting with the seat belts. We bolted the rails into position, fitted the top panel, then the backrest before securing the belts properly. And that's when we noticed a problem. One of the seat belts wasn't retracting as it should. At first, we thought it might have been positioned incorrectly, so Phil loosened it off to take a look, but that wasn't the issue. At this point, we were thinking this was a faulty belt, and not wanting to buy another one, we turned to Google. Turns out the fix was to spray all-purpose cleaner directly onto the belt, so that's exactly what we did. Worked it in and out a few times, and just like that, it was moving freely again. Crisis averted. With the rear pretty much back together, we fitted the headrests and moved on to the side panels or door cards, if you can call them that. But what we found next could have brought this whole interior swap to a complete halt. And if you're enjoying the journey so far, make sure you're subscribed because this one gets interesting. Right guys, we have a bit of a issue. You see this one and then see this one, you'll notice we're missing a speaker hole. It's a bit of an issue because this car is a higher spec car. We've just got undone. We've got to try and get this speaker out of here and then cut a hole in that one. The nice thing is, on this one, you can see the outline there of where we need to cut. But the hardest part is going to be getting this speaker off without damaging it. Yeah, alright. Out came the heat gun and we started heating up the glue to remove the speaker. Then it was back in with more heat and a scraper to remove the bracket itself without damaging it. Jesus, he's on there. There we go. After a lot of heating, prodding and scraping, it finally came free. So we repeated the process on the other side. Then came the nerve-wracking bit, cutting into the new panel. I had no idea if this was going to work. One wrong move and we could have ruined it. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to outline this piece and then the main important is this one. Really take my time doing this. And that there is a basic template of what we're trying to achieve. From there, it was time to commit. I started with a small pilot hole, then used the hole cutter to open it up to size. After that, we glued the bracket and the speaker back in place, and just like that, we'd made it work. Well, sort of. We didn't fit the speaker grills yet, as we didn't have black ones. They're on the way, so you'll have to wait and see if it actually worked. With the side panel sorted, it was onto the rear seat base, which, as always, is a bit of a fight lining up the seatbelt buckles. Then the centre armrest, and finally, the front seats. First, we swapped over the buckles, plugged in the electrics and bolted them in. And just like that, it was starting to look like a completely different car. So as you can see, we now have one black interior. In my opinion, it looks 10 times better. You can see the cream just not really doing it. But the black, what do you reckon, Phil?
Love it, mate.
I'm going to leave Phil here because I've got stuff to do. So Phil's going to do the door cards and finish off the rest of the interior. For now, watch Phil do the door cards. So I left Phil to finish things off, and everything seemed to be going smoothly. We're back. We do, Phil?
I am taking the seats back out the front.
Why?
Because the airbag lights come on. Look.
Oh yeah. Driver restraint system, passenger as well, yeah?
Yeah, both sides.
So, what's the fix?
Well, I think because these aren't the original seats, we're going to have to take the control modules off the old seats and swap them over.
Let's go. So just when we thought we were done, we had to take the seats straight back out. Turns out, because these aren't the original seats for the car, the modules weren't talking and triggered the airbag fault. So we swapped over the modules from the original seats, bolted everything back in, and hoped that would solve it. So, seats are both plugged in now. Let's have a look. Good news. No errors. Look at that. It's just moaning about the doors being open. What a result, Phil. And just like that, the interior is completely transformed. It might not seem like the biggest change, but it completely changes the feel of the car. Next up, we're getting ready for paint, and that's where this build really starts to come together. Trust me, you don't want to miss that one.